Hold fast to discipline. Oh, do we hate that word? We don't want to be disciplined. We want to be free to do whatever we want to do whenever we want. We don't want any discipline. It's like the person say, I love when the people say to me, well, in the New Testament now, we don't have to keep Saturday. I can worship any day. And I always encourage all of you to do the same thing I always do. I say, great, what day do you do it then? Because the person telling me this is never doing any day. Well, I can worship any day. Okay, if that's true, when do you do it? I'm not saying I agree with them, but I want to prove to them that they're just blowing smoke at me. They're lying. Well, what day do you do it? None. These aren't even Sunday keeping. They're just nothing. Well, I'm free. I can worship him any day. But you don't. And that's why he gives us a day to do it. Because we won't if he didn't make us do it. That's true. If he didn't make you do it, you wouldn't do it. If you were free to pick a day and use that day as the day to worship him for that whole day and discipline yourself to do it, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. You'd do it a little here or there, but would you consistently pick a day and keep that day and make it? You wouldn't do it. The only reason you do Shabbat is because he makes you do it. And then you came to realize that it's a blessing and that you love it. But he chose it. He ordered it. He commanded it. Because he knew that even though you need it and it blesses you and all that other stuff, he knew that you wouldn't do it if it was up to you. You just wouldn't choose. People lie. Okay, still here in Proverbs 4. So he says, hold fast to discipline, do not let go. Watch over her, for she is your life. It takes discipline to show up on Shabbat, to plan for feast, to do your tithing, to give an honest day's work for an honest day's pay, to not steal, to not commit adultery, to watch and guard off after your eyes and your heart and your thoughts. This takes discipline. All these things that you do, tithing, etc., discipline in your finances, discipline in your relationships, discipline in whether it's husband and wife or parenting with your children. Discipline is a big, big deal. He says, look, she is your life. Watch over her. You know what a mess it was when you were a kid. You watch children today, what a mess they are. Without discipline, they basically run into the walls. They're just all over the map, and next thing you know, bad things generally happen. Yes or no? Somebody's going to get hurt the more undisciplined the situation is. You as a parent have 3 or 4 children running around, and the more the discipline starts to break down, the more you know somebody's going to be crying soon. Absolutely every time. You put it late at night, give them some sugar, guaranteed formula. Because they're tired and they're sugared, there's no discipline. This thing is going to end up with crying. But that's the way we are as adults too. If we have no discipline, it's going to end up with sadness, and you're going to be lamenting, whether you're crying or not, but you'll be lamenting the situation. You're going to suffer. He says, watch over her, for she is your life.